Who's actually going to get the most out of the Playcraft Brazos River 8-foot slate table? Who should walk away and keep their money for a different kind of game night? And for the average family looking for a piece that's both a conversation starter and a legit place to practice a break, does the price make sense? Those are the questions that keep most shoppers up at night, especially when the product page is full of glossy photos but no real-world context. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. If you've ever set up a home pool table, you know the first hurdle is space. The Brazos River stretches 8 feet long, which translates to roughly 10 feet of clear floor once you factor in the standard 6-foot playing area plus a buffer on each side. That's a lot of real estate, especially in a typical apartment or a den that also houses a couch and a TV. The next hurdle is the floor itself. Slate is a heavy, unforgiving material. The 3-piece slate on this table weighs well over 500 pounds. That means you can't just slide it across a carpet and hope for the best. Most reviewers who have taken the plunge recommend hiring a professional installer. Playcraft even notes it in the spec sheet because the table needs to sit on a level, reinforced surface. If you're a renter or if your floor has any give, you could end up with a wobbly surface that ruins the ball roll and, more importantly, damages the floor. Now that we've addressed the obvious "does it fit" concerns, let's talk about why someone would actually want a slate table instead of the cheaper MDF alternatives that dominate the entry-level market. Slate gives you a consistent, true roll. The 3-piece construction means each slab can be leveled individually, which helps eliminate the subtle hot spots that can appear on a single slab that isn't perfectly flat. For a player who wants to develop a reliable break, that consistency matters. The Brazos River also leans heavily into an old-world aesthetic: weathered black wood, brass-like accents, and a choice of 25 cloth colors. That kind of customizability is rare at this price point and can turn a functional game table into a centerpiece that matches a rustic office or a cabin-style den. So who should buy it? If you're a serious hobbyist who practices weekly, wants the feel of a commercial-grade table, and already have or are willing to invest in a dedicated room with a sturdy floor, this could be a solid upgrade. Families that host regular game nights and want something that will hold up under teenage enthusiasm also fit the bill, especially if they appreciate the visual heft of a slate table. Small businesses like boutique bars or co-working spaces that want a professional's choice piece to attract foot traffic can also make a case for the Brazos River. In all those scenarios, the upfront cost and installation fee are offset by the longevity of slate and the wow factor of the design. On the flip side, there are clear reasons to skip it. If you're a casual player who only pulls the cue out once a month, the investment in both money and space might feel excessive. The need for professional installation adds a hidden cost that can push the total price well beyond the sticker figure. For anyone living in a rental or a tight-fit apartment, moving a 500-plus pound piece in and out of a unit is a logistical nightmare most landlords won't even let you. And if you're looking for a table that can double as a multi-purpose piece like a coffee table when not in use, the Brazos River's solid construction and fixed slate make that impossible. Let's dig into the practical strengths a bit more. First, the ball roll is smooth and predictable. Because the slate is a 3-piece system, the manufacturer can fine-tune each slab during assembly, which translates to a level playing surface right out of the box provided the installer does their job. Second, the cloth options let you tailor the look to your decor. You can go for a deep green that mimics classic tournament tables or a bold blue that pops against a dark wall. Third, the weathered black finish isn't just a visual gimmick. It actually helps hide the inevitable scuffs and dings that come with regular play. Over time, that finish tends to develop a patina that many owners describe as the look of a well-loved piece. The weaknesses are just as concrete. The biggest is weight. Not only does that make delivery a challenge, most carriers require a 2-person lift and sometimes a loading dock, but it also means the table is essentially permanent. If you ever want to change the room layout, you're looking at a major overhaul. Another practical downside is the level of maintenance. Slate tables need periodic releveling, and the cloth will eventually wear out, especially with heavy use. While the cloth can be replaced, that's an extra expense you need to budget for. Finally, the price point sits in a middle ground where you're paying more than a budget MDF table, but less than.